Hi, my name is Tiago Duarte and welcome to another video tutorial here at Daily Beats. In today's video I'm going to talk a little bit about composition and how you can create arrangements so that you can create or start with loops and then create the full composition, a full song, and I will show you my process on how to do that. And before we start, I would like to ask you to subscribe and activate the notifications so that you know when we upload new videos. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. Also consider buying one of our products at dailybeats.pt because it helped us a lot to continue to make free tutorials here for YouTube, or become a premium or exclusive member and you will have access to exclusive tutorials and also the projects files from these tutorials. So I have to disconnect my keyboard so that it starts working. So here I have a project. This is a trap beat and it's called Road to Happiness. And in this project, what I did, I used this project in the last video to show you how to do this, but the video was in Portuguese, so today I'm going to do this in English. And here, as you can see, it's very easy for you to add markers. I will start with the markers so you understand what these parts here are. And what I'm going to do is, for instance, here is verso, which is Portuguese, and I will rename this for verse. And it's very easy for you to add a new marker. You just go to the beat you want to add the marker, right click and place add marker. And you can say this is section 2, for instance, and then you can move them around, and if you click them you will select it. If you double click it you will select it, which is very handy. So let's delete this one. And here the basic structure that I use for my beats is very simple. It starts with an intro, a verse, a chorus. So this should be chorus. This one here is verse 2. So verse 2, chorus 2, chorus. Sorry about this. So I forgot that I had this one. So this is the bridge and final chorus. Final chorus. Okay, so this is what we have here, and I pretty much went through all the sections. So we have an intro. Usually it's 4 to 8 bars, and in this case, since the beat is at 140 and the drums are half tempo, what I usually do is I usually double. For instance, if I wanted an intro of 4 bars, I do an intro of 8 bars because of the double tempo here in trap music. So we have an intro section, then we have a verse section, a chorus section, a verse 2, a chorus 2, a bridge, the final chorus, and then the outro. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to start here with the chorus. Why? Because if you can see here, all the patterns are in this chorus. So what I usually do when I start making beats, and you can see if you are following my tutorials for a while, you see that I create all the melodies, all the patterns in one single pattern, and then I divide everything. And this way I know that all the instruments that I put on that stack of patterns or melodies or instruments, I know they will sound nicely together, which is this case. So if I play this, you see that all the sounds are harmonically nice. So they sound really nice together. And what I usually do after that is that, okay, I have all these loops that work together, that has a lot of energy, and then I assume that that is the chorus. And after that I decompose all the pattern into several patterns, and then I create this kind of composition. So I copy and paste all the patterns, and then I go and remove. For instance, this would be something like this. So let me show you. The intro would be something like this. and here, and so on. So what I usually do is, okay, so this is my intro. I don't want any drums, I don't want any 808s, and I don't want these instruments here. So what I usually do is that I define what kind of instruments. I start taking stuff out of the main loop, which is the chorus. And in that way, I can create several sections that are completely, not completely, but they are different in terms of dynamics, in terms of vibes, in terms of feelings from the chorus. And usually what I try to do is to increase the energy or the feeling. In this case, this is a very smooth beat. So what I usually do is I start the intro with one or two instruments, tops, and then what I usually do is I start building up from the intro, the verse, and the chorus. I try to make them go higher and higher in terms of energy, in terms of feeling. And this you can see here, for instance, we have the intro, just the piano and the effects. You can listen to them. Okay, so then I have for the verse, I start with the drums and the 808. And this is the, let's say, the first section of the verse. And then I have a second section here, which doesn't have the hi-hats. So you can see that the energy starts decreasing a little bit now. So it's all about giving and taking away energy, or having a lot of energy and less energy. And now we start with a different kind of loop, that element that didn't showed up before, which is the organ. And then here, when we go into the chorus, we have everything to create a more intense, or a more, how can I say, a focus part with all the instruments and the energy. So that's what I hope I'm not saying energy too much. And here for the second verse, I usually like to create a really nice break in terms of instruments. So we have everything here in the chorus, and then in the verse, in the beginning of verse 2, we start with just the drums and the organ. And this creates a really nice, how can I say, it creates a really nice transition from the chorus to the verse. And here we can see that I start adding more and more elements to the verse, and this creates again the ramp up in energy, so that we can finish up here again in the chorus with all the instruments. Okay, so again, the same thing goes here for the bridge. And now we have an even greater break as we had here. And again, I am increasing again the energy so that we reach the final chorus. Now we have again everything. And then for the outro, what I usually do is a fade out. It's not a rule, but in most beats, this is what ends happening. It's a fade out. And this fade out, what I usually do is I select the amount of bars that I want to fade out, and then I go here to the master volume and then create automation clip. A clip like this will be created automatically. And what I usually do, so this comes like something like this, and I put this point right down at 0, and then I create this kind of double curve here. Normally it's single curve, I like to do it double curve, and then I click here and I can adjust the shape of the curve. I usually like to have a more smooth fade out, and you can see here the master volume going down in volume. And this is basically my song structure for most of my beats. Sometimes it can happen that instead of starting with the verse, I start with the chorus. So I would have this section here start right here at before the verse and then go to the verse. So another section that we can have, or a different composition, not another section, is intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Instead of the bridge, we can have another verse and then a final chorus, and an outro. So as you can see, you have a lot of flexibility in terms of how you can create your compositions. And what I usually try to teach in my tutorials is that you create a lot of elements inside one single pattern, and they sound nice together, all nice together. And after that, I start creating the composition, which is carving out or taking out instruments or elements of that main loop. And in this way, I can create variations in the energy and in the flow of the beat, so that the beat does not sound monotonous. And also another big point here is that to have in mind is that a lot of the times the structure of the song does not, how can I say, you do not impose as a music producer the structure of the song, because it all depends on the lyrics and the idea for the song. So if you are working with a rapper or a musician or a singer, and you are bouncing ideas, that final idea that you decide to build the music upon, I don't know if that's the correct word, but if you decide on a music idea, that music idea will define the composition that you will use or that you will create here in FL Studio. And that's a really important point to have in mind, is that there are no better and worse compositions. They are just different, and each music idea or each music can have its own composition with a lot of breaks, a lot of chorus, a lot of verses. It all depends on the music idea or the idea for the song. And I could show you another example here. So let's go, for instance, with this one. I hope it's not a trap beat. Okay, now it's 84, probably a hip-hop beat. Okay, so let's wait to load. So in this case, I did, okay, really nice beat. And as you can see here, I did what I told you in the last one. So in this one we have the intro. And then we go right into the chorus. As you can see here, we have all the elements. And then after that, let's go ahead. And then we go into the verse. And the verse, it's 16 bars. Let me close the browser. So 16 bars, and you can see that there is not too much variation in this one, but it depends on the beat again. And then again, at the end of the 16 bars, because this is a more aggressive beat, so I did that in just to focus more on the lyrics, not too much on the beat. Okay, and then we have the chorus again, this part, with the piano that defines the chorus. And then after the chorus we have second verse, and again less energy to create a break, so that the artist knows that this is the beginning of another section. And here, for instance, what I did was to cut some parts of the patterns to create a little bit of variation. Okay, and then we have the bridge, and then the final chorus, and again a fade out. So as you can see here, this is not, how can I say, it's a very simple composition. It's one that I'm used to it and that I like to do. and it's a classic composition, let's say. But in the future, I will start learning a little bit more about composition to make more tutorials here for YouTube. And one way that you can start also to have more compositions under your knowledge as a music producer is to listen to other musics or to other songs. So let's say you listen to a song, and instead of just enjoying the song, you will focus on the song itself. So you can have a pad and a pen and write down the sections or the parts of the beat. So you can say, okay, it started with the intro and then went right into the verse or right into the chorus, and then that way you can define new structures or structure based upon popular songs. And yeah, this is it, guys. I will in the future bring you more different variations of these of the compositions, and yeah, this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This one was a little bit shorter because it's a topic that does not require too much a longer video. And yeah, if you are new here to this channel, consider subscribe and activate the notifications so that you know when we upload new videos. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and consider supporting this channel by buying one of our products at dailybeats.pt or becoming a premium or exclusive member, and you will have access to exclusive tutorials and also to the project files from these tutorials. So this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.